बाबा आया है उठ चलना, ए जग झूठ पसारोवा। सच्चा घर सचड़े सेविए, सच खरा सचियारोवा। हुक्मनामा श्री गुरु ग्रंथ साहिब, पेज 581-582, अंग 581, 582। वड हंस महला पहला। बाबा आया है उठ चलना, ए जग झूठ पसारोवा। सच्चा घर सचड़े सेविए, सच खरा सचियारोवा। कूड़ लब जा थाए न पासी, अगे लहे न ठाओ। अंतर आओ न बैसो कहिए, जो सुंझे घर काओ। जमन मरण वडावे छोड़ा, बिन से जग सुबाए। लब लोभ थंदे माया, जगत पुलाया काल खड़ा रुआए। वडहंस महला फर्स्ट, अलाहनी fifth. In this Alani, Guruji expounds further on the true nature of this world and compares the fate of the persons who remember the true God with those who forget him. He also tells us why one comes into this world and why, after going through pains and pleasures of the world, one has to depart from here at a predetermined time, and what is the most desirable thing to do at the death of a person. Guruji says, "O my respected friends, everybody who has come into this world has to depart one day, because this world is all a false, short-lived expense. One attains to one's eternal home only by serving and meditating on the eternal God. Because the one who meditates on the eternal God becomes truthful and immaculate in life and becomes fit for the manifestation of true God within. On the other hand, the one who is engrossed by falsehood and greed gets no place of rest in this world and doesn't find a place to rest in the beyond. Just as no one throws any food before a crow in a deserted house, similarly no one welcomes such a person and says, please come in and have a seat. The birth and death are a big separation, and the entire world is being destroyed by it. The greed for worldly riches and power has strayed the entire world, and as if standing over its head, the demon of death is making it cry. Stanza 1. बाबा आवो भाई हो, गल मिलो मिल मिल दे असीसां है। बाबा सचड़ा मेल न चुकई, प्रीतम कियां दे असीसां है। असीसां देवो भगत करे वो, मिलिया का क्या मेलो। एक फूले नावो थे हो थावो, गुर सबदी सच खेलो। जम मार्ग नहीं जाना शब्द समाना, जुग जुग साचे वैसे। साजन सैन मिलो संजोगी, गुर मिल खोले फासे। Therefore, in order to do the right thing for the benefit of the departed soul and for ourselves, Guruji invites all his friends and mates and says, "Come, O my brothers and sisters, let us embrace each other, and joining together, let us extend our good wishes and blessings to the departed soul and pray for its union with the true God." O my respected friends, the union with the true God never breaks down. Therefore, we should wish for the soul's union with our dear spouse. Yes, we should extend well wishes and worship God, but there is no need to try to unite those devotees who are already united with Him. Instead, think about some others who are separated and have strayed away from God's name and place or the company of saintly persons, and through the Guru's word play the game of life. Those who remain attuned to Gurbani, the Guru's word, are not made to tread on the path of the demons of death. they always remain united with that God whose form, dress is eternal. Therefore, O my friends and mates, come and sit in the holy congregation, because they who have come and participated in the holy congregation, by meeting the Guru, they have freed themselves from the nooses of worldly attachments. Stanza 2. बाबा नांगड़ा आया जग में दुख सुख लेख लिखाया लिखेड़ा सा नट लै जेड़ा पुरब कमाया बैसाचे लिखिया अमृत बिखिया जित लाया तित लागा काम नियारी कामन पाए बोरंगी गल तागा होची मत भया मन होछा गुड़सा मक्खी खाया ना मर्जाद आया कल भीतर नांगो बंद चलाया. No, Guruji educates us about the circumstances under which one first comes into this world, why does one behave in a particular fashion, and why one goes through pains and pleasures of life. He says, "O my respected friends, one comes naked in this world to go through pains and pleasures as per one's pre-written destiny, based on one's past deeds. At the time of one's birth, it is also determined when that person has to depart from the world. This pre-written date and time of one's departure from the world cannot be evaded, and also the pain or pleasure one has earned in the past cannot be changed. O my friends, it is the true God sitting in his court who has written the writ of nectar or poison, that is pleasure or pain, in one's destiny, and in whatever pursuit one has yoked, one got engaged in that. On top of that, the sorceress Maya or worldly riches and power puts many kinds of spells on a person. Consequently, being of shallow intellect, one's mind becomes shallow, and then, like the eating of molasses by a fly and getting caught and killed by that molasses, one gets entrapped and wasted by false worldly attractions and worldly riches and power. The end result is that one comes into this world naked, and bound naked, one is driven away from here. Stanza 3. बाबा रोवो जे किसे रोवना, जानियड़ा बंद पठाया है, लिखेड़ा लेख न मेटिए, दर हाकारड़ा आया है, हाकारा आया जात सुभाया, रुन्ने रोवन हारे, पुत भाई भाती जे रोवे, प्रीतम अत प्यारे, पैरोवे गुणसार संभाले, कोमरे नम हुआ नाले, नानक जुग जुग जाना सजाना, रोवे सच संभाले. Stanza 4-5. In conclusion, Guruji says, "O my respected friends, if you want to cry, go ahead and cry. But know this thing, that your beloved person has been bound and driven away. Because once the messenger of death has arrived at the door, we cannot erase the pre-written destiny. The summoned person has definitely to depart from here. Yes, whenever it pleases God, the messenger of death arrives at one's door, then one is immediately taken away, and the affected relatives and friends cry at one's death. Then one's sons, brothers, nephews, and all others cry and wail on account of the loss of their extremely beloved relative. Some cry fearing for their own economic hardship on account of this death. Others cry remembering one's merits, but nobody dies along with the dead. However, O Nanak, throughout all ages, that person is known as the wisest person who cries realizing and remembering the true God. Stanza 4 1-5. The message of this alani is that God's writ is unavoidable and crying or wailing cannot alter his command. So if at all we want to cry at somebody's death and make this crying fruitful, then we should realize the fear of God, and in that fear we should turn away from any false or evil deeds. We should attune ourselves to the praise of God and meditate on His true name, so that showing mercy God may end our cycles of births and deaths forever. By doing this kind of worship and prayer, then we will pass a happy and peaceful life here, and also will get duly recognized and honored in God's court. ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ. SGGS page 581-582. Thank you.